Hello everyone and welcome! Few days ago Riot released a new cinematic, which served as an answer to all their previous teasers. The chances are that you have already seen it by now, but if not, don't worry because today I'll present you with the same cinematic within the context of Annie's full story. So without further ado, let's have a look at Annie, the Dark Child. Borem Darkwell's last years on the throne were a time of great uncertainty for Noxus, and many with an aptitude for magic left the capital for the relative peace of more distant provinces. Gregory the Grey and his wife, a witch by the name of Emmeline, preferred to demonstrate their Noxian strength by taming the borderlands, rather than partaking in the political intrigue of noble houses. The young couple claimed a piece of land beyond the Iron Spike Mountains to the north, finishing their small home just before winter and the arrival of their first child. During their journey, other colonists' tales of great shadow bears that once roamed the territory had captivated Emmeline. Now heavily pregnant, she passed the time sitting near the fireplace, creating a toy version of the protective creatures. Just as she finished sewing the last button eye on the stuffed bear, the quickening of labor overcame her. Gregory remarked later that his daughter was eager to play with her new toy, for there, on an ember-warmed hearth, Emmeline brought Annie into the world. When Annie was still a toddler, she and her father took ill. As night fell, Annie began to burn with fever, and soon she was so hot she could no longer be held in her mother's arms. Emmeline grew desperate, deciding at last to fetch icy water from the nearby river. The next morning, Gregory awoke, weak and groggy from his sickness. In the crib, a now healthy Annie played with her stuffed bear Tibers, but Emmeline was gone. Naively, Annie believed her mother would one day return. Gregory would often find the girl sitting in her mother's rocking chair near the hearth, hugging Tibers and staring into the crackling fire, where he was sure there had been nothing but cold ashes. He chalked up these slips of mind to the burden of parenting a child alone. Years passed, bringing more colonists to the region, and in time, Gregory met Liena, a woman seeking a new life outside the capital with her own young daughter, Daisy. Annie was eager for a playmate, but spoiled by the indulgences of being an only child, so acclimation to her new stepfamily was difficult. Whenever Annie's fiery temper erupted, it left Liena uneasy and quick to take her own daughter's side. It fell to Gregory to keep an uneasy peace between the three. Unused to the dangers of the untamed borderlands, Daisy's playing ended in catastrophe for the family. Liena of course blamed Annie for the loss of her daughter, focusing her rage and grief on the stepdaughter's most prized possession, Tibers. Annie was horrified as the last physical memory of her mother was threatened. The girl's terror grew to an unbridled rage, releasing her latent and powerful pyromancy, and the stuffed bear was brought to life in a maelstrom of protective fire. When the flames died down and the swirl of ash settled, Annie was left orphaned and alone. Believing most city adults to be like her stepmother, Annie has kept to the wilder parts of her frontier homeland. On occasion, she will use her disarmingly adorable exterior to be taken in by some pioneer family long enough to be offered new clothes and a hot meal. However, fire and death awaits anyone foolish enough to try parting Annie from the stuffed bear at her side. Kept safe by Tibers, she wanders the dark forests of Noxus, oblivious to danger and the dangers posed to others by her own unchecked power, hoping one day to find someone like her to play with.
Why, Annie?
And then Mr. Tibbers fights the nasty dragon. Let me. No, he's mine. Hey, Tibbers is stupid. No, he's not. Give him back.
What did you do?
She took Tibbers.
What is wrong with you?
It was an accident.
Daisy started it.
Oh, did she now? Well, I'm sure she didn't mean to. You'll be playing together before you know it, okay? I promise, Firefly. You can't blame Annie. She's still our daughter.
No. Your daughter's a monster.
How could you say that?
You know it's true. Shut up! You took everything.
And this was the full story of Annie. Honestly, this was a brilliant piece of art. There were some theoretical references to Volibear, since the Shadow Bears could be shapeshifters from the north, and also the Daisy at the end finally makes sense, because Daisy is the name of that other child. Right now I don't think we have to go into too many theories. It is possible that the soul of her mother might be in Tibers, but that might be too far of a stretch. Right now I don't really want to make another video about this. But as I said, that's it for this video. So if you enjoyed it, feel free to rate it and subscribe for more news and lore. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Discord if you'd like to chat. I keep saying it, but I'll say it again. We are streaming pretty often, so feel free to follow me on Twitch too. Our merch and P.O. Box will be in the description. And massive shout out to our patrons for going the extra mile. You guys are the best. And with that, thank you all so much for being here and for your support. You know, I really appreciate it. And as always, thank you, come again.